Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yoda Man on the boards. And once again, I'm joined for commentary by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going this evening?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so we are pleased to present you the final game in the finals between Mitch and Josh Johnson on for the Star Wars LCG New Year's Online Tourney. They split games 1 and 2 and had to go to a third game here to determine the champion. Mitch is on the left, and Josh, who goes by Letux on the board, is on the right. Mitch is playing the same deck he played in game 1, which is a Smugglers affiliation 2 no match for a good blaster, 2 asteroid sanctuary, 2 beyond the rim, 2 false report, 1 impersonating a deity, and 1 along the gamma run. And Josh has switched it up. He's playing a Scum deck this time, which has 2 Heartless Tactics, 2 Out of the Mists, 2 Masterful Manipulation, 2 Hunters, 1 I Don't Like You Either, and 1 His High Exaltedness. So pretty interesting deck list here. Now, the way this tournament was set up in these best of threes, you're allowed to switch decks, and Mitch should have been able to pick the side because he was technically the higher seed. So either they did it differently, or he decided he just wanted to play the light side deck again. I'm not exactly sure what happened. You'll have to ask him when you get the chance there, Derek.
Yeah, well, he had a long, close game with that deck that he lost the first time, but he absolutely ran through game 2 with his Scum deck. So I'm surprised, given the option, that he would have chosen to play light here.
Right.
Unless he was just feeling he got really lucky and saw that Letux had, the capture type deck, and he was worried about him getting a good draw.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea how they did it, or if they just flipped the coin, or...
It beats me. I mean, his light deck is new and it's good, but it's compared to his Scum deck, it's untested.
Now one thing... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, no, I was just saying it's relatively new. So.
Now, I was going to say, one thing that was discussed, like while we were trying to figure out exactly how to do the top cut and who should pick in game 3, was somebody at some point had suggested maybe whoever had lost the fewest games going into the finals would be the person who would get to pick if there was a third game. And so Mitch swept Dr. Mung Mung in the quarterfinals, and then we went to 3 in my match against him in the semifinals. And I know Josh swept Kira Mode in the quarterfinals, and then I think he swept Thaliak in the semifinals. So maybe they decided that way, that because Josh had only lost, hadn't lost it all coming to the finals, that he would get the right to choose if they went to a third game. That's the only thing I can think of. And they're flipping up objectives here. It looks like what Josh got looks like Hunters.
I think that's I Don't Like You Either at the top.
Yeah.
And
his high
job. Yeah, job is in
his high exaltedness. So he's putting fortified holding cells on his high exaltedness there. No, I think you want to put it on Hunters. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Mitch started with Beyond the Rim, Asteroid Sanctuary, no match for a good blaster. And so there is a deck collector.
Yeah, no first turn Jabba, but he did get Jabba's location. Given that there's only 1 in the deck, that's pretty lucky.
Yeah, it looked like he pitched. He doesn't like you, and then he just played the Doctor. So. I'm a little surprised he didn't double focus his high exaltedness to keep the deck collector free. So he could have just committed the deck collector, but he's going to take balance back with Dr. Evans in.
The Doctor's got an extra pip too. Make it harder for Mitch to take it back.
Right.
Because Mitch doesn't have Gamma this game.
That's true, but if he remembers, if he realizes, which he probably should pretty quickly, that Mitch is playing the same deck, then he should know there's seeds in there. So he just played the Cloud City guest quarters.
Yeah, but only one seats.
A hired hands and a Cloud City operative. So.
And that would have also, doing it like you said, then he also would have been down resources coming the next turn, though, which is also dangerous.
Yeah, so he actually used the Cloud City Operative to move from the deck collector to the doctor.
Hmm.
So Mitch is going to swing with the hired hands here, it looks like.
Yeah, probably focused. Well, see, he can free up one of his units. Yeah, I assume he's gonna end up. Well, now that he's gonna end up, he'll end up with both of them now. I was thinking he would have to send both to get put a second tactics on the doctor, um, but and then have one of them free up. But now he could just let the debt collector swing and then free up the headhunter, right? Or does that objective only work on smuggler units, or does it free up anything?
Yeah, it only works on smugglers, so he can free up the Cloud City Operative, but he couldn't free up the hired hands.
Okay, so it's not really going to matter then. The hired hands won't be. You won't be able to free them up. I guess is kind of the point here.
So it looks like Mitch didn't put anything in the edge battle. So he's going to take a damage on the hired hands and do a blast to I don't like you
Yeah,
either.
makes sense because he's going to send the Cloud City Op in anyway, and then it'll free up. So he's still going to be able to put that second tactics
Right.
on the
The
doctor.
the only thing that's not going to happen is he's not going to be able to get balance back now.
Right.
So, but at least he'll lock down the tactics, like you said.
Yeah, see, and that would have been the reason to send the Cloud City Op in first, uh, to where he could have, because if he's not going to get force, he's going to lose his hired hand.
Right. Yeah, and I wonder if he just wasn't thinking about it. Are they going to not catch that the hired hand should die? The hired hand should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard to see some stuff on Skype sometimes, but that one I can see.
Yeah,
Okay, they just
yeah,
caught it. There we go. so, so Mitch Josh, I should say, just pitched prep and planning, it looks like.
yeah.
So either he doesn't have any events to use it on or he's got enough resources, it doesn't matter. There is what is that? Is that the CD Cantina, I think, from Zuckus' set?
I think so.
And there is another fortified holding cells. This one
Ugh.
going on his high exaltedness. It's probably a good thing he doesn't have Dengar's objective out there for Mitch.
Hmm. So now this becomes a thing. Maybe Mitch needs to, because it's going to be so hard to beat through those objectives.
Yeah, and there's a Black Sun Headhunter.
Um,
And then there is that Forlom?
I think so. Yeah.
So he can definitely do some damage here if he wants to. But he might stretch
Yeah.
himself a little thin. It looks like he just passed turn and
Hmm.
kept balance because he had it. So the dial's still at 3. He played out a bunch of stuff, so Mitch wouldn't really be able to play a freeholder for cheap here. I think he played 4 cards that turn. He played the Headhunter, Forlom, a CD Cantina, and another fortified holding cells. So he's only got 2
Yeah.
cards for defense too now.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to think what Mitch has got in his deck that he can use to get around all these Scum shenanigans here with the extra health and the the hunters and the fortified. I don't think of a way he can do it. I just think he's gonna have to seriously do a bunch of beat down to it here.
Yeah,
And
there's
that's
3PO.
he's gonna need like 20 damage to get through by the time he's done here.
Yeah, he doesn't have like Lando in his set that could potentially
Yeah.
drop a Saboteur and get rid of one of those extra health enhancements.
Yeah, when he was deciding to build this deck, one of the things we even considered, I mentioned that I forget the name of the guy, but the set that has the enhancement where you put on their objective and it makes it blank.
Oh yeah, calling in favors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was consider one of those as well. But
Well, there's a beefy unit that can get some damage in quickly. So,
yeah, he needs him.
yeah, I think he's swinging with Falcon and at I don't like you either.
Yeah, that's something you want to turn off anyway.
Yeah, so I guess neither one of them put edge cards in, but Mitch is going to win automatically and draw cards with Falcon's edge 1, so he'll do 2 more damage to the objective.
Yeah, and one of it got shielded, so
Yeah, one
the
of them got
headhunter
shielded.
took 3.
Right. And Falcon took a damage. I think, alright, he's sending Cloud City Operative in. Try to lock down Forlom, I guess.
Well, at the very least, he gets to draw 2 cards if he wins an edge battle.
Yeah, and he should, because...
And Forlom only captures on attack, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Or is it Zuckus that attacks? Zuckus gives the bonus, right? Is it Forlom?
Zuckus gives Forlom the edge 2 and
if they're together.
Face up, yeah.
Right.
Forlom, I think, can only capture on attack, so... yeah, he's gonna free, or, yeah, either way, Forlom's only gonna get 1 tactics here, so he's still gonna be free next turn. Unless, of course, Mitch, drops Falcon or bounces Falcon and has some other way.
Yeah, and this is like we talked about in the first game. When I've played games like this with this smuggler kind of deck with 3PO and Asteroid Sanctuary, I tend to be way more aggressive with edge battles, thinking, because if I win, I'm going to get more cards.
Yeah.
So he only put 2 in there. And looks like he put 1 by double, and he's going to get to blow up an enhancement, right? With
Yeah.
CD Cantina, he won 4-2. So there goes
Whoops.
the enhancement. That's
That's
going to hurt a little bit.
I always forget about that stinking Cantina.
Yeah. So he's going to do a damage to Cloud City Op. The Cloud City Op will do a damage back. Yeah. It is locked down, so now what? I'm assuming he's going to be able to bounce something in with Falcon.
Yeah, because the whole board on both sides are locked. If he's got anything, he should probably do it. Freeholder would be great right now.
Yeah. Or Han. Could take something out and lock it down.
Yeah, Han.
Chewy. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that'll make it easier for him to get and keep force.
Yes.
He changes the force rules.
Yep, so Dow's going to go to 4 here.
Yeah. See if Mitch frees something up here. So far, he hasn't missed any of his triggers.
Yeah, he freed up the Cloud City Operative. I'm surprised you don't free up 3PO there for the extra resource just in case you want it.
It depends if he's got something in his hand to use it. 3PO doesn't have a gun, so he can't kill anything. The Cloud City Op does.
Yeah, that's true. So Josh has an awful lot of resources now, if he wants to use them all.
Yeah, and
I guess
his
he's got to figure out...
objectives are still relatively healthy.
Yeah, if he wants to use pay for the headhunter or not. I don't think he did yet. Looks like he's going to. Yeah, he's paying for the headhunter with the deck collector.
Yeah.
There's
Boosh.
Well, at least Mitch doesn't have anything that's vulnerable to Snoove on the table at this point. What is that? Hut's captured. He's capturing Chewie.
Yep.
And putting him at
Hunters.
Now, if he wanted to, he could capture something else with I don't like you either. He just played another captured.
Yep.
Got the Cloud City Operative. That's captured. Well, he could capture 3PO now, too, if he wanted to double. to do the damage.
I don't think 3PO is that much of a threat. I mean, he gives the card draw, but I don't know that you want to damage your own objective to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he can grab him with Forlom, and that'll up the dial.
That is true, yeah.
That's better.
Yep. So he's going to swing with Forlom, put 2 damage on there, capture 3PO. Scum is good. Dow's going to go to 5.
Yeah.
And there's stuff captured everywhere.
Hmm.
He's still got a bunch of stuff back on defense. And then
Yeah,
the
Dow's
headhunter went in
clicking and
after.
damage is being assigned.
Yep, the
So,
headhunter went after beyond the rim there and got 3 damage in also.
yeah, it's not looking good for Mitch.
No, it sure isn't. He'd need a pretty big turnaround here.
Yeah,
And he sent Bausch in too.
there's 7 of the 15 damage you would need to blow up the objectives once the dial gets to 6, and it's already at what, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Mitch doesn't get something this turn, because we got the captures in the discard pile with Jabba's objective out there, he can easily, pick stuff up and capture again.
Yeah. So we got a hyperspace marauder after the Denemba refueling station.
Mm,
Well, he could get balance back and then get a hired hands or something back. Something that
yeah,
I
he
think that's what he's
probably
going
is.
to do.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't know what else he could do.
And he's still got 5 cards there. And of course, a Hutt's Hospitality just is going to take out the hired hands right away.
Yeah, I think Letux can win right here if he gets Huts and is able to just get his captured back. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all he has to do.
Right, he's got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resources with the deck collector.
And the dial should be at 6, I think.
Yeah, the dial should be at 6. The one thing I guess he has to, what's that? He just played better offer? Or no, he just discarded it.
Just pitching it.
I was going to say if he doesn't blow up all 3, he's going to risk a false report flipping up again. Which may not be a big deal at this point.
The dial is high enough. I think it's at 6. I think Mitch's says it's at 5 and Letux is at 6. I don't know if Mitch didn't click up there.
Yeah, it definitely should be at 6.
Yeah.
All right, so I think he's deciding if he wants to pay for the headhunter. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Unless he needs every last resource to do what he wants to do, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. I mean, granted, the headhunter does only have 1 health left, so I mean, maybe he does have something else he'd rather do.
Yeah, it's got the blast though, and you got ways to tactics things down so you can keep it from potentially getting locked down.
Yeah, but even if he puts a shield on it, if Mitch blocks with the Marauder and wins edge, he kills it.
True. But I said, but Josh has stuff with tactics, so he could potentially lock. That's what I mean. Josh could potentially lock the other stuff down so the headhunter could get a free swing.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If he doesn't send the headhunter first, then Mitch maybe blocks with the hired hands and just puts a focus token on him.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's a matter of if Josh thinks he can just win here and finish it off.
Right.
But Mitch does have 5 cards in hand, so. Or 4 cards.
I think he has 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4, that's right.
He played the refueling station.
Right, yeah, he played the resource, sorry. So he's got 4 cards. If he has Snuva, he can just capture the hired hands.
Yeah.
He pitched a Snuva early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in one of the edge battles, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's keeping his resources open again, like he did in that first game.
Is he still deciding whether or not to pay for the hired hands? Because I don't. Or no, he did spend it. I see a token on his affiliation card, so he must have kept him.
Yep, he did. He spent the resource to pay for the headhunter.
Yeah.
There.
So he's got 5 now to burn, or 6 counting the deck collector.
Dengar would be pretty good right now too.
Yes.
Is that another CD Cantina? I
Yeah.
think it
I think
is.
he's better off, rather than Dengar, I think he wants to be able to get his captured back and then be able to play it.
Right.
So he's got to save resources for that. And I think that's what happens here is he attacks, takes something out, whatever Mitch doesn't block with, and leaves out, that's what's going to get captured. And that's why he's sending Boosh here to make sure he's got a tactics with him. So Mitch is going to have to block. Boosh also has because Mitch can't stop Boosh from striking with no matter which unit strikes.
Well, unless he has a heat, which
Yeah.
he has some in his deck. So he's going after Beyond the Rim with the Headhunter and Boosh.
Mm.
And
What did he do?
he's playing
He,
Show of Force. Wow. Okay.
right now?
That's interesting.
Why would he do that right now? After attack and block has already been declared.
Okay, wait. He's backing up. Maybe he's not playing Show of Force.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Okay, he's not doing that. That makes more sense. I mean, I guess you could do it. You bring Snuva in, and then it captures the hired hands. But I don't think he has enough blast on the board.
Well, no, actually, that would work. Or yeah, none of his other. Well, yeah, no, because Snuva has a blast and Forlom has a blast.
Right. Yeah, but
Wait,
he'd
well,
need more than that.
yeah. Well, now he just put a headhunter in the discard too. I don't know if there was anything else besides that.
All right, now he's playing Show of Force
Yeah, that should do it.
after the edge battle. Okay.
Because he's gonna lock down the Boosh or he's gonna lock down the Marauder.
Right, so that's going to let him get the Headhunter back, going to let him get Snuva back. Snuva can just capture the hired hands before the hired hands will strike. Belsh will trigger and put the dial to 7. And that will be enough to blow up all three there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so he tipped his hand there, and Mitch let him go back, which was sporting of him. So, but I think Mitch probably realized it was probably a matter of time anyway. So congratulations to Josh Johnson, Letux on the boards, who's won the 2017 Star Wars LCG New Year's online tourney. It's a lot to say there.
He got in as the 8th seed and went right through and ran over everybody.
Yeah, I wonder if he was playing janky stuff at the beginning because we know how good of a player he is. I mean, he won one of the online tournaments last year too. Okay. So congrats to Josh on winning. Congrats to Mitch on making to the finals and putting up a good fight there in that first game that really came down to the very end. If he had won that one, it might have just been over in 2, but Josh held him off with one blast there.
There was a lot of things that Mitch didn't get. That he didn't get the twist. He had a turn where he needed to draw 2 blasts and he only got 1.
Yeah.
And no twists all game. Yeah, if any of those things could have changed it dramatically, because I remember just about every edge battle I think that they actually tried to win. I think Letux got them all.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, every single one. He either had a twist to like take a bunch of pips out of Mitch's hand, or he just had a bunch of pips and won, even though Mitch had a bunch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So congrats to both of them. Congrats to everybody who played in the tournament. It was a lot of fun. I think there was about 22 of us, and props to Master Jedi Adam for organizing it again. And he's done this at least 3 or 4 times now. So I think the community appreciates his contributions to the game and hosting this stuff and you know, putting it all together and offering the prize support and keeping it going. So you got any final thoughts about the tournaments? We got to see this great best of 3 between 2 awesome players and Mitch and our champion, Josh.
Yeah, we saw what we saw was dark side dominate all 3 games here. The first game was definitely closer, but the second one is both. We saw two scum decks just run over the other decks.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, Scum is good. I think we can all agree on that now. It's got a lot of
yeah,
good tricks and stuff there. All right, well, as we wrap it up here, I want to thank you again for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate you working with me on Yoda Set, going on probably closing in on a year, not too far from now that we've been doing
yeah.
this.
I
And
think I think it was April when we started.
yeah,
So
and I want to thank everybody who's been watching and supporting us. We're gonna keep giving you content as long as people enjoy it and want to keep watching it. I want to thank Mitch for specifically for recording these games with the Skype program that he has. So we got to look at the finals and bring it to everybody out there who wanted to see this great match between again said two outstanding players as we know. Um, and again, thanks to FFG for creating the game because I think we're all having a lot of fun still playing it too, and hopefully it'll keep going for a long time. So thanks for everybody for watching. May the force be with you all, and until next time, we'll be back with the Otis Hut. Thanks again, Derek, for joining me.